Hello everyone, this is Faye, the founder of SourceMedium. Today I am excited to announce our official Gorgias integration. This is a totally proprietary integration that we have where we've created the ability to ingest all of your Gorgias data, normalize and make that usable by the end users, whether that is data analysts or data scientists or a visualization template. And primarily what we'll be walking through today is our out-of-the-box open source visualization template on Looker Studio. As you can see here, we have many different templates that works directly out of the box with our data sets. So we won't have time to go through everything. So I'm just going to go through the Gorgias dashboard here. And as we integrate with additional customer success vendors in the future, you will be able to continue to leverage this same visualization and data model thanks to our unified data model approach when it comes to data aggregation. So at the very top here, we have some quick help text here as well as some quick definitions. And as we add more integrations, you will see more of the logos here. And then right at the very top is some of our global filters, most importantly, the date filter, which filters by either the ticket close date or the open date, depending on the metric that we're looking at. And then any filter that you apply here will apply to the entire dashboard. We already have a lot of different ways of filtering the data, whether that is tickets that are coming from a particular channel, or tickets that have a particular priority, or CSAT scores, or by a agent team or a particular agent, as well as whether or not that ticket is being marked as spam. I won't go through every single scorecard here, but some of the really cool ones that I like are on average, how many hours is it taking for us to resolve our tickets? What percentage of those tickets are being resolved with just one touch? On average, how many tickets are we seeing on a per customer basis? What is our average CSAT score? What is our average CSAT response rate? So that gives you a lot of very useful high-level overviews in terms of how the CS program is doing relative to the previous period. And then you can get to some of the deep dive here underneath the scorecards, starting first with the amount of tickets that we're seeing being created by channel. So then, of course, if there's any spikes from any particular channel, you can very quickly see that. As it is the case with all of our time series visualizations, you can also drill this up to a weekly granularity, a monthly granularity, etc. So we're defaulting to the daily granularity here. And then to the right of it, we're seeing the overall distribution of ticket counts by channel. And then we can further see how that sort of breaks down when it comes to multi-touch versus one-touch ticket resolutions. We also get to see our average resolution time over time relative to a previous period. So if there is any particular spikes, we definitely want to be watching out for that, but we're actually seeing a decrease, which is a really good sign, as well as the average CSAT score that we're seeing. Down below here, we see the distribution of ticket counts by the amount of hours in terms of hours to resolution. So this is a bucketed view. So you're seeing, for example, most of the tickets are being resolved in the first 7 hours since creation. But because this is Looker Studio, you can actually also customize these buckets. So if you wanted to look at 24-hour buckets or 3-hour buckets, you could basically will have the ability to do all of that as well. And then down here, we have the distribution of tickets that have received a CSAT score. So good thing is we're seeing most of the tickets receiving a 5, but we do definitely want to look into what these 1 tickets are all about. So we'll be able to actually examine the underlying data in a couple different ways, which I'll show you in a little bit. And then to the right here, we also see the distribution of tickets by the amount of messages that they're generating. So in this case, we're seeing most of the tickets are receiving about 3 to 6 messages, followed by 6 to 9. And then second to last here, we have a overview of the agent performance by either the team or the actual individual agents. So you can see a lot of really cool stats around how many tickets are open, closed, average CSAT score. And then if you wanted to get to the actual agent level performance, you can very easily toggle that here as well. And then last but not least is a way for us to access the underlying data that is being shown. So all you really have to do here is right click and click on export, and then you will be able to export it to either a CSV or Google Sheets. But all of these particular columns are actually totally customizable. So you're not limited to what's default here. And then you can also do some quick filtering here in terms of open versus closed or everything together. This only sort of represents a tip of the iceberg in terms of what you can access through our data sets, because you will have access to all of the underlying data in our hosted BigQuery instance. And the table name here is going to be called OBT Customer Support Tickets. So as you can see, this is going to be at the ticket level granularity. And each ticket will be one row of data, but they will have a lot of metadata associated with it. So what we have done here is we've included the actual customer level identifier. So you will be able to then join that further upstream with the Shopify customer data. And for example, be able to filter by subscribers versus one-time purchasers versus first-time customers, et cetera, et cetera. And then you can see that all of the data will be here, totally accessible. So the amount of visualizations that you will be able to make will be a lot bigger than what's shown in this visualization. But we believe that this will be a great starting point for most brands when it comes to visualizing their Gorgias performance. Excited for what's to come, and thank you so much for your time.